Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's see what I paint today. All right, because autumn is here, I thought we would have a pumpkin themed lesson today. Basically mixing colors to match these lovely little gourds here. I think we should start with, which one do you think we should go from light to dark? Or dark, let's go from light to dark. All right, let's talk through my color palette here first. So I have titanium white, some lemon yellow. I have two yellows here, one on the cool side, one on the warm side. So this is lemon yellow, and this is cadmium yellow pale. Then two oranges, one on the, well, they're both warm, but maybe one just a little bit more towards the yellow, and this one's a bit more towards the red on how I've laid it out. So I have cadmium orange here and cadmium red light. Then I go into permanent rose, alizarin crimson, and then I have a nice deep blue here, ultramarine blue, and then a green blue, which is phthalo blue, and then a green, which is viridian, and then into burnt umber, which is my dark. Okay, I'm going to start with the warmer yellow because I think this has gotten to be a kind of a warmer, creamy color now. It used to be more white, but since I've had it sitting out, it's turned color. So we'll start with a warm yellow. It's a little bit there. And then next thing, right, it's too yellow. It doesn't match. So I'm going to put a bit of cadmium orange in there. Have to lift the skin off of it because it's been drying on my palette for a bit. So put a bit of orange in there. Now I didn't go for the cadmium red light because I think it's too red and too dark. So now that I have a orange color going, just going to take a tiny bit of titanium white, mix that in. Then I can see it needs to be toned down a bit, so I'm adding some burnt umber. And it's still too dark, of course, so more titanium white is added. So now from here I can tell, okay, it needs a bit more yellow and it needs a lot more white. So let me scrape that. So start from here. Then I can tell it needs more yellow and even a bit more white. And I'm getting closer. I think that's a perfect start. Let's see. I'll bring the camera closer. See if we got the color correct. I think that's pretty good. Now there are various other colors in here. There's some more red oranges and of course the green. Before the lighter part, that is a really close match. If I was painting this, I would use this as a good underpainting color. All right, let's go to the next pumpkin. Okay, we are here with the second pumpkin, your perfect orange color pumpkin. And we're going to get as close to this color as we can. So again, I'm going to use the warmer yellow instead of the lighter one. So I'm going to start with the cadmium yellow pale. Again with the cadmium orange. And this is a beautiful bright orange, but it is not the same as this orange. It's too bright. Let me mix a bit more so you can see it better. Bit more orange in there. Okay. So holding it up to it, I think it could use a bit more of the orange. And I'm going to add a tiny bit of burnt umber, a really tiny amount. And I think we're getting there. Still think I could add a bit more of the cadmium orange to it. And I think, maybe a bit more orange. All right. So I think that is a good start. If I was going to paint this pumpkin, this would be the underpainting I would start with. It's a very good color. Let's see if we can go over that again. So I used the cadmium yellow pale, the cadmium orange, and a little bit of burnt umber. And this is what we got. Great. Here is the darkest pumpkin, and it is more of a red orange. So I think for this one, I will start off with some cadmium red light. We'll do a little bit because it's highly pigmented and it kind of overpowers everything. And I'm going to add a little bit of the cadmium yellow pale just to warm it up a bit. It's too bright, I can tell it's already too bright. So let's add a tiny bit of burnt umber. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. Now it's a bit too brown. So adding a bit more cadmium red light. We have a little bit more. I think that might be spot on, really. It might be a bit too dark. Let's see. I'm going to brighten this up with a little bit of the cadmium orange. It just needs a lift a little bit. It's a little bit too dull. So I think we have a perfect match here. Yes, very good. I would definitely use this color right away in an underpainting because it's, the general overall color of this pumpkin. If I move that out of the way, you can see the color, 3 colors that we've done. Move that up there so you can see it more. Just clean that off there. Okay, let's see if I can remember everything. Remember all the colors. See, can you see that? You can kind of see it in the camera, can't you? So we have the lighter color here. And if I'm not mistaken, I used the yellow, the cadmium yellow pale. I used the cadmium orange, and I used a bit of burnt umber, and I used titanium white to get that. Okay. The next one, I used the cadmium orange, the cadmium yellow pale, and some burnt umber. And then got that color. Then for this one, I used some cadmium red light, a little bit of the cadmium orange, and some burnt umber. I know that was a bit haphazard and all over the place, but I hope you learned a little something. If you want to see me mix some other colors of some different objects, leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Bye.